Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan,
And I'm your host, Elijah.
and we are back for another week of NBA Finals coverage. We got the full gang here. We got Swati in the building. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Golden State in 5. Let's go.
You still got
Staying
that.
alive. We still standing on that. We gonna talk
Hey,
about it. We gonna talk about it.
10
Go ahead.
toes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right,
You
man.
say he's 10 toes down. He's 10 toes down. But how was your week, fellas? How was your week?
You know, yeah, same old. Yeah, it's,
Same old, same old.
yeah, adulting.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But let's get down to it, man. Let's get down to it. Now the series is tied 1-1. Game 3 is tonight. First, let's go back to game 1. Let's talk about your thoughts on game 1 and game 2. Thoughts on the series so far, Elijah. What you think?
So far I think it's been a pretty interesting series. I mean, where both fourth quarters have kind of. I mean, the first fourth quarter, game one for fourth quarter was, I think, better than game two for fourth quarter because the Warriors blew the game open early in game two. Uh, in game one, they blew it open, but it's like the Warriors still had like somewhat of a lead, and then they like just destroyed that lead. But I mean, I think it's been competitive. I definitely think the teams are close in terms of talent. Steph Curry has come out being Steph Curry. I think this is probably, for me, this is probably the most dominant I've seen Steph Curry in a final so far. He's been pretty like, I mean, granted, first game he started off hot and didn't sustain it. Second game, he didn't really need to be in the fourth quarter, but he's been consistent. And I don't know, it's a great series. It's very competitive. It's tough defense is what we kind of expected. Um, and first game, I'd say that I like like for both games, the score has been consistently close. I think the Celtics are shooting out of their mind. The high percentage of threes that they're shooting is kind of crazy. It'd be interesting to see if they can sustain that level of 3-point shooting. But the game that they won, their role players exceeded expectations, or they played to their peak. And then the game that they got blown out, their role players didn't do much. Horford had an extraordinary game one. You know what I mean? He scored 2 points in game two. Same as Marcus Smart. He hit a high percentage of 3-pointers. Game two, he only scored 2 points. White, what's his name? What's his
Derek
name?
White.
Derek White. He's been I guess he's been like the X factor for them. He's been cooking. He's been playing defense on both ends. He seems like he can try to guard Steph Curry. He's guarding Steph Curry pretty well. As much as you can guard Steph Curry. But I still see the Warriors winning it. But yeah, it's been a good series. I like, it'd be interesting to see what Boston does at home because they haven't particularly played well. But I don't know. I think they'll skill. That crowd is crazy. Boston crowd is gonna be crazy. They haven't been to the finals in a while, so I know it's gonna be crazy.
No, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like their teams are a lot more matched than I thought. I feel like the Warriors had a little bit of more of an advantage, but I mean, Boston plays them really well, and I feel like the Warriors have an advantage over them. They have the edge, and it's very crucial for Boston to win these games at home because if they go home 2-2, the Warriors are winning the series guaranteed. I feel like it's almost like Boston has to win these two games because I see game one kind of as a fluke because of how many threes they were making in the fourth quarter was just not sustainable.
It
You
was
can't.
crazy. They was
It's
going
not.
crazy.
You're
I mean,
not
they
going to
were
be
open
able to do
though.
that.
Some of them were not all of them though. Not all of them.
The
They was
Derek White three on Steph Curry was not open. He
crazy.
cashed it. They were hot that night.
You talking about
So
game one?
yeah,
Game one, yeah,
Nah,
game
most of
one,
the
game
threes
one.
were open that game. They
yeah. A
even
lot
like
of them. It
all
was
except the ones that you're talking about, like end of the shot clock joints, so like
Yeah.
second chance points, but most of their threes was wide open.
It was wide open, but you also had to give it to them. They were hot. You know what I'm saying? They were hot. They were making literally everything. Every shot they were putting up was going in, and I can't see the Warriors having a defensive breakdown like that. Of course, they're going to correct that, and I feel like it's easier to win in Boston than it is San Francisco. So they got to take advantage of this 1-1. They took one at home. I feel like it's almost for me. I think Boston has to win these two games to win the finals. If they don't, they're losing. That's how I see it.
Bro, they not
Go
winning
ahead.
these 2 games.
you don't think?
I was
You
just
don't think
saying they
that?
got
they
to. If they have any chance of winning the finals, they have to win these
they
next two
don't.
games.
Yeah,
Golden
you
State
don't
in
think?
5. I'm not wavering. Y'all seen what happened in game 1. The fourth quarter, Jalen
Yeah.
Brown went crazy. Derek White went crazy. Marcus Smart went crazy. Horford went crazy. Those are not crazy players. They're good players. Good, very good players. But they not shooting like that. As a team, they shot 50% from the field. That's hard to do, especially against a good defense as the Warriors. Like I said, all they threes was open. You give them that again, they might not make those. They not shooters. Derek White's not shooting that well again. Marcus Smart not shooting that well again. But I got
So
the
you don't
Warriors,
think
man.
they're gonna win a game at home at all? Like you don't give them
No,
no chance of winning a game at home.
no, I don't.
I mean,
That's
I
I
will
could be
crazy.
say this.
wrong. I'm
I
probably
will.
am wrong. They probably split at home, but I'm sticking to my guns. Golden State in 5, and this for them to complete that, they got to sweep them at home and then
I
take it
will
back
say.
and win it there.
I will say that for to your point of Golden State in 5, Golden State by the third quarter in both games had both games in firm control. I will say
Yep,
that
yep.
they had a pretty substantial lead in the first game, and I feel like they kind of let go, let the brakes, got off the brakes, and then Boston just got really hot. It could easily be 2-0.
Hmm.
Could easily be 2-0. So um I'll say that as far as game 5 goes. Um I wouldn't bank on them having. I'm not saying they're going to sustain this amount of shooting, but like I said, like last pod, Al Horford been shooting a high percentage from three all playoffs. He doesn't seem to miss. If he has an open three, he doesn't miss open threes for whatever reason this time around. Um, White has been pretty consistent at three in this playoff run. Like I don't know. He's pretty consistent at three. I think the X factor is Tatum. Tatum hasn't had a big game yet, big scoring game. I mean, he started off hot, but then the second half he didn't. He hasn't had a consistent scoring game. And then for this game, I'm kind of worried because last game the whole tech thing with Draymond turned it into, they asked Draymond afterwards. They asked him, and he basically publicly said that the refs give him some type of deferential treatment. Like he said it publicly. So I'm very curious to see how like the refs kind of react to his like how he's acting because Draymond can't control himself. I don't know what's wrong with him, but like he has no type of self control. He has no type of self control. He will give his team a tech while they're down. Like he don't care. Like, and nobody seems to say anything to him on in their locker room. So I don't know. That's something to look out because I mean, as little as Draymond contributes scoring wise, we all understand how crucial he is to the Warriors' success because of what he can do defensively and like how quick he makes decisions, like when it comes to passing. So I don't know if they lose, if something happens, and look out for Draymond getting ejected. That's all I'm gonna say. In one of these games, may not be this game, but one of these games, look out for him getting ejected because he was wilding last game.
I don't think he'll get
Exactly.
ejected.
He's
The
not gonna
tech's
get
on the way though.
ejected.
He was
Tech's on the
wilding
way
last
though.
game. He
He's
was
not getting
wilding last
ejected.
game, and he always wilds, but he publicly said that the refs give him preferential treatment. Like, it was a thing this week. People was talking about it the day after the game about how he publicly said that. I don't know. I don't think it was a good. I don't think he should have said that.
It's more. I would Yeah, preferential, but it's more like he's been in the league for so long. He set a baseline, so the refs know what his baseline is. So when they tech him up when he goes above that, which is we all think that he's always going above that, but that's just his baseline. So I mean, I don't
Right.
think the refs are gonna be like, "Oh, he said that about us," because they know it's not like I feel like they have. a rapport. It's
I don't know,
Draymond.
man.
At this point, it's Draymond. This is like his 10th year in the league, bro. It's Draymond.
You
Like
know,
Yeah.
you
Now
you
throughout
the
the
know the
whole
only
whistle.
playoffs.
the
You
Like
only
know
way
the
I
everyone,
see
whistle is
him getting
different. The
kicked
whistle is
out
different.
is because he's in Boston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The whistle is different in Boston than it is in Golden State. The whistle they going. I feel like the calls that they were getting, I don't think they're going to get as much. And then also, I don't know. It's just I agree with what you're saying. That's why he was getting the call. So because he understands it the way you understand it. He knows that his baseline is different, but it's different from knowing that and letting that be understood, and then you publicly saying that because now people are going to be looking out for it. You know what I mean? I think I mean I just wouldn't be surprised if he gets an early tech, and if he's in a situation where he could be teched again, I don't think they're going to hold the whistle because that situation with Jaylen Brown, I think he could have got a second tech. I texted the chat like, "Yo, he like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, he's tripping." But like, they didn't give him that tech, and they talked about it on the broadcast, so it became a thing, and he's talked about it after the game. So I mean, I just wouldn't be surprised if he's in a situation like that because he was talking to Ime Udoka, like he was wilding last game, and I mean that's his role. That's his
that's but
role.
that's
That's his
that's the
role.
thing. You saying Wild in last game? That's not just last game. It's been the whole playoffs. It's been this whole season. That's the baseline. So it's like he could get
Yeah,
ejected. I'm not saying it's out of the realm, but it's like I I I watched the Warriors play the Mavericks very closely because I was following the Mavericks this
right,
playoff,
right, right,
and that's just Draymond. It was like what he's doing. He's yelling at the refs, berating them, but it's like that's his baseline. So once he
right.
steps
But it's
above the
just like
baseline, it's like
it's just like
it's
it's
been
just
a
like
thing, is what I'm
Draymond's
saying. You
situation.
saying it's now a thing is it's been a thing.
Nah, I'm not. But I'm understanding that's been a thing. But he's never said it publicly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the difference is going to come because he mentioned it publicly, and then also I think another thing as a factor is the last time he got ejected in the finals game, it was against LeBron. You know, LeBron brings more eyes to the game, more people watches when LeBron's doing something, and I think the same thing kind of applies to the Celtics, just the Celtics organization. Just more people are going to scrutinize if calls aren't being made. I think they have a super strong fan base in the NBA. Like, you know, most of the celebrities or people that talk about sports publicly that have a platform, a lot of them are Boston Celtics fans. I think they have a lot. That organization has a lot of pull, and I think that like I don't know. I just wouldn't be surprised if he gets if they're not even he doesn't even have to do anything, but if he even touches that line, something that you normally see Draymond do, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a tech for it.
Unless he kicks somebody in the balls again, bro, he should be fine.
Oh, okay.
He
I
should
mean,
be fine. And the
he
ref
That's
tonight,
not
it's
off
the
the
ref
table,
tonight.
bro. That's not off the table,
it's
bro.
not. But he didn't kick nobody in the ball. He didn't kick nobody in the balls. He could have got ejected for that Jaylen Brown thing.
Yeah, but he
If it was
didn't
in
because that's
Boston,
his
probably.
baseline. Because he wild.
All right. So with game three being tonight, who y'all got tonight? Who do y'all have winning game three? I'm going to you, Elijah, since I already know the answer from Swati.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. I mean, I got Golden State winning. I got Golden State winning. I mean, actually, no, I got Golden State winning. I think if Golden State loses tonight, I think they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna lose the next game too.
I
Dang.
got Boston tonight. I got Boston tonight. I got Boston tonight,
Dang.
fellas.
I mean,
I
I
think
think
Tatum
Golden
comes
State's
out
gonna
today.
win. I feel like the Golden State's gonna snap that they haven't lost 2 games in a row thing, and people are gonna panic about the Celtics all week. They're gonna be like, "Oh man, this is the first time them losing 2 in a row. This whole playoffs." Like, I think people are gonna, yeah. So I don't know. I can see them losing tonight. For like I said, for the most part, Golden State has controlled most of the game. I mean, game 2, Boston was kind of pushing in the second quarter. They were kind of I thought they were, they were looking good, but then I don't know, man. Jordan Poole came alive. And that's the thing, Clay's been horrible. Clay's been horrible. So unless Clay just doesn't have it anymore, which I've heard some people say that he doesn't, but he ended the Mavs game. He scored like 30 something
Yeah.
in that game.
Every time you write
Game
Clay
6.
off, he come back. I don't know what
He
he like
come
a
back.
zombie or something. I don't know.
I mean, he's a shooter. It's like people acting like you
No,
can
it's
have a
not just
shooter.
about the shooting. His shot selection has been
Defense. He
horrible.
can't
He's
guard
forced
nobody
to.
no
He
more either.
I feel like he realizes sometimes he's like, man, I ain't score. I gotta force this. He be forcing the issue. He don't let the game come to him sometimes. It's like, why are you taking that contested as like midi right now? Like, you don't need to. It's the
I
shot
mean,
clock
but
is at like 16 seconds. It's like,
yeah,
But at the same time, he Clay, bro. Like,
yeah. I feel like
yeah, but
I'm,
it's
I'm
still,
sorry.
but it's still
like
shot selection
I'm,
though.
I'm I'm third, fourth greatest of all
Like
time shooting
I feel like these are shots that you saying are rush, but if he took that shot before the injury, you're not even second guessing it
Nah, I'm
because it's
still second.
Clay.
You gotta watch the shots, bro. He be
Nah,
forcing
he
the
was
issue,
taking some
bro.
bad. I remember his last game. I was like, "Yo, what is he doing?
Yeah, he be
What
forcing
is
the
he
issue.
doing?"
I'm like, bruh, the plane even
Yeah,
set up yet.
but it was. I mean, for me, I thought it looked worse because the way them Jones was hitting off the rim, they
Yeah,
wasn't.
they was clanking, bro. They was
It
clanking
wasn't
pretty
looking like
good.
he was no pure shooter. You know, even pure shooters, it like graze the rim and go off the rim or something. Them Jones was clanking. I was like, bro, what's wrong
I
with
mean,
Clay?
he always got 1 to 2 games a series, so maybe tonight, especially in like a hostile environment, this might be his game.
Yeah, I feel like
So
Clay like to be the person to walk down the court, everybody quiet and be off the. So I
yeah,
mean, I can see it. I can see it. Like if Clay has a big game, you know, it's I don't think Boston can beat them. If Clay is himself, you know what I mean? I don't think they really have a chance, but he's been a shell of himself. So there Boston has a chance. So we'll see.
yeah,
I
we'll
see,
see.
I see, I see Jalen Brown having a bounce back game. These playoffs, and whenever he has a bad game, he always bounce back with a pretty solid game. So I see him coming back. But
Yeah,
the real, like you said, the X factor is Tatum.
Tatum, yeah.
Tatum is, I don't know if it's just the defensive scheme against him or if it's just you're not on it. First finals, he got jittery, nerves. I don't know, but Tatum gotta show up. If they want to win, he wants to win his first finals. He gotta show up. He's
They
a
said he like
superstar.
3 for 20 at the 2 or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, he gotta come in. He's a superstar, bro.
I
Like,
compare him to Kobe. He's embarrassing me. He's
yo, stop.
embarrassing me.
You
You
compare
be
Jalen
wild with the
Brown to
comps,
Michael
bro.
Jordan and then
Oh
Tatum
my
to
God!
Kobe.
Don't be,
Like,
hey, hey,
my goodness.
hey, hey,
Like, what the
don't lie,
fuck?
don't lie. After game 1, y'all was like, "Damn, that Jordan." that, in the fourth quarter,
He
in the
scored
fourth
No.
10.
quarter,
He scored 10 straight points. I
No.
told y'all.
yo, in the
No.
fourth
I
quarter,
wasn't.
I wasn't gonna go about it. But in the fourth quarter, I was thinking, "Damn, I'm tough." Like,
T-
bro really
My man
turning the,
had 20. My man took 23 shots and had 24. Relax.
bro,
Relax, bro. Chill.
bro. In that fourth quarter, he turned into a different person, bro. Them shots
Nah,
he
he
was
was
hitting,
hooping.
he was
Nah, he was
hitting
hooping.
Jordan-esque shots. That's all I was saying.
All right, let's be real. He started the run with some lays and some assists. That's not Jordan. Jordan's hitting
Nah,
every time.
I mean, he hit a dribble pull up. He hit like a dribble pull up. I was
Most of the runs.
Ooh.
like,
No.
ooh. Yo, he was cooking. I mean, listen, I'm not saying he
Man,
Jordan.
Kobe,
I'm just
Kobe
saying.
and Jordan. Like it's Kobe and Jordan. This series is 2-0.
I mean, I'm just
Hmm.
saying, man. I'm just saying. Tatum is not cooking. I don't know what. I mean, he was hitting from 3 though last game. He was knocking threes down. He's just not hitting from 2. So I don't know.
As soon as they drive, bro, everybody swarms him. They collapse. force him to get the ball out of his hand. So I don't know. Maybe he figured it out. But I don't know.
Nah, I think he gonna have a good game too. I mean, he scored like 20. Well, he had like 28 last game. I mean, it's just he ain't show up in the second quarter though. I mean, second
Not
half.
enough.
He had like 28.
Luca would have had
It's
40,
not.
carried the team on his back.
He's right. It's
Yeah, but
not.
that's what I'm saying.
Him and Brown got to show up too.
I mean, but I just think we gotta understand. Tatum is a superstar, but he's not. He's not. He's not. He's not top.
He
He's
not
not top
Luka.
five.
Yeah, he not
He's
Luka.
not Luka.
Yeah,
He's not Luka.
yeah,
I mean, he's not.
he not.
But
So around this time of the pod, I usually get on my hating horse. We winding down. I'm about to close it out. My hating topic of the week is is
Go ahead.
Steve Nash a top 10 point guard?
Oh my god.
Because I've just been hating lately because I don't know why he got those 2 MVPs. Like, I know it's like what 20 years later, I'm still hating, but yeah, I'm still hating because my man Kobe only got 1, and now
Yeah.
I'm just starting to think he's not even that good of a coach. Like his team over there is struggling. Jason Kidd a
What you
good
about to
coach.
say, bro? He wasn't even a good point guard. What you about to say, bro?
Nah, he was a good point guard. Yeah, very good. But was he top 10 all time?
I think he
Was
ninth. He ninth.
He got to
Based
be.
on
He got
your
the
list.
2 MVP. I mean,
Based on your
as
list,
much as he don't deserve the 2 MVPs, he got them.
So
gotta
yeah,
give
based
him
on my
props for
list.
that.
So let me bring up the list. Did I put it in our group chat? Cause dang, let me find it. All right, so he not better than Magic, Steph, CP3, Kid, Oscar, Isaiah Thomas, right? Those are givens. Anybody that say
100% given.
Givens.
All right. Now here, so what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. So the top he could be is 7. Now, is he better than Westbrook? Russell Westbrook all time?
Yes.
I've heard different. I've heard different things. Couple of my people said Westbrook.
I don't
So
know, bro.
that's a debatable one. All right. John
He's
Stockton.
better than Westbrook.
I gotta do another debatable. I gotta do another. All right, go ahead.
John Stockton.
No, he's not better than Stockton.
So who's better, Stockton or Nash?
Stockton's better than Nash. I
think he had a better career too. Yeah.
All right. So now he's moved to 8th.
Okay.
Gary Payton.
I say he's better. I think he's better than Gary Payton.
I don't know. I don't know. But career-wise, he probably had a better career than Gary Payton.
Yes, I mean, of course, he got 2 MVPs. He got 2 MVPs.
Which are Fugazi. But
you're right. But regardless, even if you say he don't deserve them MVPs, he still would have been second or third in MVP voting those years.
Well, okay, but who came in second? Name me the second place MVP last year.
I mean, well,
exactly.
I don't know, but people talk about though. People mention who was second and third in MVP voting. I don't know how many times Gary Payton has been in MVP voting.
Right, that's true, but
I mean, but then again, we don't know. He could have been second behind Jordan.
You're right. We really don't know. But go ahead.
Jerry West.
Nah, I wouldn't know.
No,
I don't know. I mean, I don't think
he's not better than Jerry West. Jerry West won the Finals MVP in his team.
Oh yeah. He's the only person ever
losing.
He's a dog
and a championship.
Yeah.
Took his team to the finals, like 11 times? No.
All right, so now we're looking at 9th. And now, the last name I will give you, this whole podcast might explode. I wish Mike was. I wish everybody that we ever had on this show was here. Damian Lillard.
I knew he was gonna say Dame, bro.
I mean, come on, bro. I mean, Dame better. I mean, Dame has had a better career though. He has had a better career. So I mean, you would have to
no, he's not better than Steve.
That's what I'm saying. You have to say Steve Nash is better. But I think skill wise, and if Steve Nash had the same team if Dame had the team that Steve Nash had,
Of course.
are you crazy? Like
That,
D'Antoni, if
hey,
Dame was running D'Antoni offense with Amari Stoudemire, oh my god! But I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I think you would have to say that, Steve. But I mean, I don't know because Dame has everything Steve Nash has except obviously the 2 MVPs. But you don't even think he deserved the 2 MVPs. So if
not
you
at
take
all.
away the 2 MVPs, then I got Dame.
Hey,
You
I
take
just thought
I'm
I,
just saying you take
I
away
just,
the two
You
MVPs.
take it away, yeah, sure, but
I just
that's
thought
not
that I
the
would
question.
bring this to the pod, man. You know, I be hating, but sometimes my hate be right. You know, I'm
But
just
that's what I'm saying. So, but if you don't want to take away the 2 MVPs, then how can you say Russ is better? Because Russ did the triple double thing, and yeah, he continued to do the triple double, but we've clearly seen that hasn't translated to winning. Nigga can't win. He can't. I mean, he's useless. I mean, I don't want to pile on, but in terms of Russ
Call the man useless. I don't mean
as
to
a
pile
basketball
on.
player, if you don't surround him with shooters, he doesn't help you at all. But I do think I will say in terms of Steve Nash, if Steve Nash for a Dame thing, I will say if Steve Nash played in today's game and shot the ball more, his career might be even better because he's a really good shooter. So if he shot the ball more, you could argue that he would be even better than he was because always looking to pass first and push the pace. You know what I
because
mean? So
he had players that he could do that with.
right,
I
but if he
mean,
shot the three as much as people shoot the three now, they could have even won something. They took San Antonio to like 7, right?
you got
They were
Amari
nice.
at 20. You got Amari at 26 points per game. Sean Marion at 19.5 points per game. Joe Johnson at 17 points per game. Steve Nash at 15. Quentin Richardson at 15.
Right, but
I'm just
he
saying,
was
those are
looking
a
to
lot of
pass.
good players.
Imagine if you bump up his scoring to 21 or 22. That's a championship roster.
But with doing that, some of those players' points will go down as well.
Not necessarily at the pace they were
Okay, okay.
playing.
In the playoffs, he averaged 24 points per game. Amari averaged 30. Joe Johnson averaged 19. Sean Marion 18. Q Rich 12. Jim Jackson 11. So he did
But
average more points, and people's stats still stayed the same. It's just he had a really
right,
good squad around him.
right. I'm also he could still score a lot, but he probably just have a few less assists too. So you take away his assist total is probably crazy. He probably had double-digit assists, right?
Yeah, 24 and 11.
You know what I'm saying? You take out 9 or you know what I'm saying? He averaging like 26, 27, 28 in the playoffs. I think, you know what I'm saying? That's a different team if he's shooting the ball more. So I mean,
Why he ain't shoot the
I
ball
still
more?
think
The team needed him.
nah, it's not the hey, if he won't start shooting until Steph. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that was
Yeah,
like 10 years
bruh.
later. That was like
Nah,
10
I'm
years
off my
later, bro.
head.
A
All
different
right.
era.
Arguably, the verdict is arguably he might not be a top 10. He's ninth or 10th best point guard of
Yeah,
all
9th or
time.
10th. I'm
Yeah,
cool with
9,
9th
9
or
out
10th. I'm cool with 9th or 10th.
I just want to make sure and Jason Kidd a better coach.
Jason Kidd,
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
to be honest, I like Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's my favorite player. I like Jason Kidd more than I like Steve Nash, honestly. But I mean, that's a different.
Nah, Steve wasn't Jason Kidd in the 6, right?
I don't think you named him.
Yeah, I named Jason Kidd.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he
All
was in
right,
the
about to
6.
say.
He was in the
Oh,
6.
all right.
Yeah, that was the non-arguable. Like
Oh, okay.
it was Magic, Steph,
We
CP3,
know that.
Kidd, Oscar Robinson, and Isaiah Thomas.
I'm about to say
Yeah,
yeah. Jason Kidd
we
better.
know that.
Okay,
We know
cool. All right, yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, I'm not crazy about Steve Nash. I just don't think Westbrook is better. I don't think Westbrook is
That's
better.
arguable.
All right.
I mean,
Put a poll up.
Yeah, we should put a poll up. Who better?
Who's better
The
all
only thing
time?
Westbrook did the toughest thing in NBA history. He put the "Now I do what I want" commercial, and then he won MVP the next year. That's the toughest achievement in NBA history.
I hate
Before
you.
the season started, actually, I think that was starting day. He did the "Now I do what I want" commercial, and then he won MVP that season. That's the hardest. That's the hardest thing any NBA player has ever done in my eyes. I don't care. I don't care. He averaged a triple double, and his best player left, and he averaged a triple double and won the MVP. Actually, he might be better than Steve Nash. I don't think Steve Nash. I think I talked myself into it. That's tough.
All right, bro.
Nah, for
All right,
real.
bro.
What do y'all think about Bob Cousy?
All
Nobody
right, bro.
really even seen him play. Bro.
You could be Bob Cousy 1-on-1,
Yeah.
bro.
With Mad Dog. What's his name? Mad Dog. He said Bob Cousy. They gotta chill with that Bob Cousy stuff.
Nah, but
Man
all
was looking down when he dribbled.
right. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But all
And he
right, bro.
lucky Derrick Rose got in. It's like, nah.
That's a good point. Man. That's actually a good point.
Derrick
That's actually a
Rose
good
was job before job. Job
Nah,
before
that's facts. That's kind of
job.
facts.
Ja is Steve Francis. That's his player comp, bro. He's not. People be like, he AI. No, he's Steve Francis, bro.
No,
He's not AI.
You can't.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean, you don't think he like
he
Derrick
can't dribble
Rose?
like
I think he like
Nah.
Derrick Rose too. He's not as fast though. He's not as fast. Derrick Rose is fast as hell.
Derrick Rose is different.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is different. Derrick Rose,
And
he used to have them Heat teams struggling.
do you,
Used to be struggling.
yeah,
Nah, what are you doing,
little
Ethan?
bit.
He used to have them
A
dudes
little bit.
They used to be
struggling.
A little
struggling.
bit.
They used
A
to have
little
like they used to have like a
Little bit.
19 win
Name-
streak
Yeah, a
when they
little
were the Bulls.
Not a
And then
little
Derrick
bit. He
Rose was 40.
Derrick Rose used to have them boys on the ropes by himself. That's the crazy part. His next best teammate was Joakim
Game never went to
Noah.
7. It never went to 7. Okay, never went
Nah,
to 7.
I'm not even talking about the.
Never went to 7.
I'm not talking about the playoffs necessarily. I'm talking about, especially when y'all played them in the regular season. I remember y'all have.
care about. You know, Braun don't care about that. Come on,
I
bro.
mean,
You can whoop Braun. You can whoop Braun 4-0 in the regular season.
In the series, one man not going to beat a team with 3 all-time great players. But I'm just saying, in the game, the season he won MVP, he was cooking y'all. He was cooking y'all. I feel like they gave him MVP just because he was cooking y'all that season. He was cooking y'all the whole season.
Man, like, cooking everybody, bro.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Derrick Rose lay package is better than Jaws. Way better.
That might be. That's one of them lay packages. It's crazy.
And he had a midi.
Yeah.
He had a midi.
Yeah.
Midi.
He played like he was from Chicago. He played aggressive as hell.
Cool.
Yeah. Shout out Derrick Rose, man.
Not for real. But all right, y'all. Thank you guys for listening, man. This has been the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. Make sure you follow all the socials down below at EEBBSP on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you subscribe to the Nimbus Network YouTube channel. You can find our YouTube videos there. You can also find other content on there. If you're just interested, man, just take a scroll down the Nimbus Network. But this has been the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. We'll be back next week. Hopefully the finals are still on by then, and Swati's prediction is not right. But until then, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace. Dang, 5. That'd be crazy.
Zarba is the ref from last game. He was like, Zarba doesn't like to kick people out the game, especially over stuff like that. So it's ref's discretion, and the ref tonight is Scott Foster. He might got a bad rep, but he's not. I don't think Draymond's gonna get ejected by Scott Foster. I don't.
No,
You could,
bad things happen with Scott Foster.
Only the CP3, nobody else.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
only
true.
the CP3.
He only got beef with CP3.
Yo, the NBA is crazy to me. The NBA gotta look into that, bro. The NBA is mad.
They know, bro. Nah, they know.
He the NBA. He the head of the NBA PA.
He's the president. He's the president of the Players Association. That's where the beef come from. He probably took away some referee funding or something.
There has to be some type of statistic. If I played in the league for that that long. I ain't never win a game while you was the ref. There has to be something. You're doing something. Like, bro, that's crazy. But that's a tangent. But that's that's something for another day.
Chris Paul is 0-14 against Scott Foster.
That's crazy.
You said against. This crazy, bro. He against a ref.
Nah,
in the playoffs. Nah, yeah.
I mean, some of them Houston Rockets games.
Because he don't be falling for that flopping.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, that's not the only way. That's not the only way he contribute to wins. I mean, is a way, but it's not the only way he contribute to winning. I don't know.
Nah,
that's crazy.
They had the flop gods on that team. Harden and CP3. Nah.
Yeah. They was The refs probably roll their eyes.
Chris Paul always play with floppers, but he always play with people that flop.
He teach him.
Always.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin was the same way, bro.
Yeah. Blake Griffin was a flopper.
That's crazy. But